It's a month on, but I finally got time to do a summary of Whisky Live Tel Aviv 2025. It's probably the smallest Whisky Live this year around the world for obvious reasons, dare I say, but actually it led to a very intimate atmosphere and it was tremendous fun. So with the help of some friends here, I want to quickly take you around what I saw. The first thing I saw was actually a whiskey from a place you'll never have heard of, probably, from Kibbutz Be'eri. Now, Be'eri has the tragic history of 2 years ago being overrun by Hamas terrorists. But what they have done there is not only rebuilt the kibbutz, but they've created a barley now specially for the local whiskey industry. And they bottled something at 47.3%, which after 3 years, I've got to admit, was very rough, but will be used extensively for milk and honey, which is now distributed around the world. And we'll come back to that distillery later. So that was great to see that, especially from Tomer Goren being there. He actually tells me that they've even got orders from Germany, of all places, for some of the barley. So it's great to see. I spent a lot of time at Glen Scotia. They had the 12-year-old. I was possibly the first person in the country to open a bottle of the 12-year-old Glen Scotia, which is delightful, and hopefully that'll be flooding into Israel towards the end of this year. I'm a big fan of the 15-year-old. For me, it could be a whiskey of the year. And I ended up buying, as you can see, 2 bottles. One is this 9-year-old, the Campbellton Malt Festival 2025 version. This is heavily peated with a Douro wine port finish at 54.3%. I absolutely love that, keeping that back for a special time. So I've already started the double cask with rum and bourbon cask. I think this is a 46%. Really enjoyed that there. Slante. See that great color there. It's very delicate, very easy to get down, nice, reasonable finish. You want to go back for some more very quickly, but I'm doing this podcast, so what can we do? From there, I moved on to one of the main sponsors, probably the organizers and main sponsor of Whisky Live Tel Aviv every year, and that is Milk and Honey. As you can see here, I've got a very special single cask version. It's from a rum cask, actually, at 62.3%. Not opening it now. There's a special event coming up in the family later on this year. But Milk and Honey were absolutely swamped with visitors, and rightly so. I tried some of their latest range, what they call the Terroir range. Slightly underimpressed, but I've also got another bottle of Milk and Honey from their pomegranate cask, again just over 60%. Absolutely delightful. I believe it's now available, slightly watered down, around the 55-56%. Highly recommend. From there, I went to what I would argue is the find of the evening. It's called Pelter, Pelter, another local distillery. Now they're known for their wine. Their wine that they create. I believe the owner originally studied the wine industry in Western Australia. In the past few years, well, actually, they've now got an 8-year-old and 10-year-old version of their whiskey. I've already tried the 10-year-old a few weeks previous. The 8-year-old I actually ended up buying, but someone's taken it and I've yet to get a hold of it, and there'll be a separate explanation of that in a few weeks' time. It's around about 55%. It's a little pricey at around £90, 440 shekels. But it was absolutely ranks amongst the best that I've tasted from Speyside and similar areas. First fill bourbon cask, highly recommended. From there, I went to my good friend Neil Rasserman at the Ruach Distillery. I've mentioned Ruach, it was my whiskey of the year last year. And they are preparing their next limited bottling, probably come out around 50% this time. And there should be hopefully a separate video about that coming out in the new year. I visited some Japanese whiskey, Yochi, if I pronounce it correctly, and the Altmore had a very big spread of whiskies. The 12, 18 and 21-year-old, I didn't hold back. I went for the 21-year-old in quantity. And as you can imagine, by this stage of the evening, my tongue was a little alcohol burnt, shall we say. But I was still on my feet. I was keeping hydrated and eating as I went along. I had some good friends with me, one of whom was at least a little worse for wear, possibly both of them by the end of the evening. I then came to my good friends at the Legends Distillery. Legends make bourbon-style whiskey. My favorite of theirs to date is their slingshot version of 45%, or they would say 90% proof. I'm not a fan of bourbon, but when Alan Cole gave me this, gifted me this bottle actually, a few months back, I tried it on my own, gave it time. It is very much what you would expect, again, from Speyside, and I can recommend it. Now, at Whisky Live, they were presenting for the first time their double oak cask bourbon, 4-year-olds, about 62%. I personally found it a little too strong, and with Alan there standing next to me, I added quite a bit of whiskey, probably brought it right down to around the mid-50s in terms of ABV, and by then the taste was coming through. Again, this was towards the end of the evening, so I didn't have many taste buds left, or fresh taste buds left. But I think that one will go well, and I'd like to give that one another go. Definitely worth trying. Was there a winner of the evening? Probably the winner would be Pelter. As I say, another video coming out about that in a few weeks' time. Was it worth going? It was absolutely, definitely worth going. The difference between these two, definitely this one is the 9-year-old. It's a stronger alcohol. It's as I say, 50-odd percent, 54.3% ABV. The finish was stronger, longer. It was almost double the price, but again, I use that phrase, highly recommended, because I recommend. I don't have a big budget, so therefore, when I buy something, I want to be absolutely sure that I'm going to enjoy it, and this one I did enjoy on the night. Whisky Live Tel Aviv 2025. I believe it's the 10th year Whisky Live has been going in Tel Aviv. My thanks to all the hosts and those people behind it, starting with the people at Milk and Honey. I hope next year, with peace in the country, peace in the region, we'll see a bigger, better event. There were 1 or 2 visitors from abroad there. I won't mention, they asked me not to mention for various reasons. It was great to see the British Embassy represented there. I hope to see you all there next year. Slante.